I have no clue what the fuck I did. Oh yeah. I have no clue what the fuck I did. Okay, YouTube is on. YouTube is on. And Twitch. Twitch is on as well. Okay, let me pull up my glasses. Because it will be a longer session. Okay, Twitch is live as well. We got it. Let's see if the chat works out. Yeah, it does. Okay. Everything is as it should be. So, we can start this. Hi guys, my name is Ada. I'm a game developer. I've been working in this field for about almost 10 years. And I'm doing the streams where I'm trying to learn some stuff outside of my regular curriculum. I work as a gameplay programmer and I want to learn a little bit more about design currently. Every now and then I do a stream that is a deep dive into some kind of plugin, new plugin in Unreal Engine. Oh my god, I will... I'm very, very sorry. Oh my god. Yeah, so without really further ado, let me quickly tell you what today's stream is gonna be about. Let me pull up my little help. I am learning right now about game design because I want to get better at it. 10 years of gameplay programming, my game design skills are not there. And I'm talking about the primary action, which means, hey, you click something, it is balanced in such way and feedback is put out in such way that just clicking something on your gamepad or mouse and keyboard gives you a nice, satisfactory outcome, right? At least that is the idea behind primary action. Kinda like in Mario or Donkey Kong. If running left and right and jumping isn't fun, then the whole game won't be fun, right? And that's what I suck at. Like, I can sit down, craft meta progressions about game design, storylines, etc, etc, etc. But wait a second. What? No, it's okay. But none of those designs, plot lines, or anything that I can come up with, and I have lots of notes on, mean jack shit if I didn't design the primary stuff that you do in the game and I didn't make it fun. So I came up with some game context, a simple bow and arrow game when you're just shooting arrows from a bow. And I'm using Unreal Engine and first person shooter template, but the game isn't first person shooter. The goal of the game isn't to kill everyone in the room. It's not a fast-paced game, it's not movement-based games, it's not an archery simulation. It's supposed to be a little bit more arcadey, slower, and it is your arrow that you are shooting that's supposed to change the world state. And by that I mean, in platformer, it is Crash or Mario or Donkey Kong that is changing the world state by running around and jumping on things, right? Or punching them or whatever. In Apex, in Apex Legends, it is you moving around and shooting other characters. Here, it is the arrow that will interact with the rest of the world and change its state in order to achieve the goal of a player, right? And of course, it would be a lovely goal to have a co-op, but not necessarily something that it is something that would be nice to have. And I divided my learning exercise into 4 phases. MVP, which means minimum viable product, toy making, sequence making, and scenario making, last one. We are in the toy making. I exited minimum viable product phase some time ago, and the goal of this phase was to answer myself simple questions. Is it fun to shoot in the air, at the wall, at stationary target, or at the moving target from various distances? If answer to any of these questions is no, it is not fun, I'm not even going to the next point in this bullet list, right? And that's kind of how it should be with MVP. It's your basic interaction in the game, and if it doesn't meet basic requirements, you cannot judge the rest of the game even if you start adding to it, right? The basic interaction has to be fun. In Apex Legends, just shooting at the wall or in the air, it's fun. And Mario, just moving left and right and jumping, it's fine. It's cool. And 3D Mario Odyssey or something like this, movement also, the basic movement feels correct. In car games, just driving around needs to feel great. Fighting games, just throwing a punch or a kick, it's supposed to feel fine. It's supposed to feel awesome. So more than fine, actually. And I was able to create some sort of arrow shooting that basically consists of being able to charge your shot so it goes further. Nothing, too fancy, right? But I had to implement all of the feedback in the placeholder array, so the player would have fun while just shooting at it. And I had to balance it, so I would know exactly what type of challenge I want to put in front of the player. Which means, from what distance is the player required to charge their bow fully? From what distance even fully charged bow won't automatically render your shoot hitting your target. You have to aim a little bit higher. And what's with the stationary target, what's with the moving targets, etc, etc, etc. I was able to balance it and jump into toy making phase, which is where we are right now, where I'm treating this whole game context as a toy box, and I'm just coming up with the new arrow types, with things to shoot at, with the goal of the game, which for now it is collecting stars. I know, very original, but it's just, it is just a pretense, it is just an incentive for you to run around and shoot things, right? And also such goal influences you that maybe you don't have to kill every enemy on the level. You just need to collect the star. And you can do it without shooting at enemies, right? I'm creating toys right now, and constantly I will be asking myself, do I have enough toys to formulate a sequence of events? And that's where I will jump into sequence making, where I could just ask player to shoot through the hoops or shoot at the targets far away and that would be the whole game, which would be freaking boring. Instead, I could just set up a wall, and in order to bypass this wall, you need to shoot your arrow through flames. It becomes burning arrow. Then this arrow can attach itself automatically to the bomb that is in the way of the arrow, and all of that can hit the wall. 3, 2, 1, boom, wall exploded, right? It is way more fun, way more cool than just shooting at the target far away. And if I will be at the sequence making, I will be constantly asking myself a question. Can I craft whole scenario? And by whole scenario, I mean one level, which could be completed. If I will feel like, yeah, I got enough toys and enough sequences that I could formulate a scenario, that's exactly what I would do. Jump into scenario making, creating level, setting up all those stars to be collected, and maybe some coins or whatever, and trying out if the level makes sense, and asking one of my friends to review it for me, because I shouldn't be the one to judge it in the end. It should be someone who haven't played this game, right? To judge if things that I did are clear, if they can read easily what is expected from them, can they solve problems in the level, etc, etc, etc. And scenario making will be finished once the review will be somewhat possible, which review would be like, there is no art, all of the art is placeholder shitty, there are bugs and things to work out, but I had some sort of fun with basic mechanics of this game. That means that, okay, I think I have enough to start pre-production of a game. It doesn't mean that I will create this game here on Twitch. It just means that, okay, I came up with the concept for a game, I worked on that concept and elements of it for such a long time that if I wanted to, I could start producing this game like for real. And that would be the end of this exercise. I wonder how many series it will be. But we will see. Yeah, so right now we are in the toy making phase. Let me show off a little bit. What do I have in here? I kind of forgot. What bow do I have? Yes, I have a regular bow. Do I have the regular bow? With my projectile class, it's just a regular arrow, and that's how it works out. This is my enemy that I was testing it. These are the stars to collect, but I have some chaos distraction box in here. I don't know what really is happening there, but something is. We have charging of the bow. The longer I hold, the more charged up the bow is. Once we reach the max charge, we hear that beep beep. And the whole arrow starts flashing. Woo! Each time when I shoot something, it changes color, right? And I have a couple of types of arrows. I have arrow that bounces off of surfaces, which could come in handy in situations like... that's nice. In situations like, I want to hit this thing inside of it. Let's say, for example, there's some force field that doesn't allow me to get in. I can just bounce my arrow and hit that thing. It looks funny. I also have mushroom arrow that enlarges objects, and if I shoot it 3 times, the object is so big that it explodes. Bam. Yeah. I think I crashed the engine. Oh, close without sending. I think it's my first or second crash on stream here. Nice. I was able to go on without such crash. Let's turn on shooting range once again. And last but not least, I have shark arrow that spawns a shark underneath that it jumps out at some point. I don't know what the use of it will be, but it looks fun. Yep, it looks fun. Show message log. Access none, trying to read properties, Starfield. Okay, whatever. For now, whatever. And what else? Do I have anything else in the terms of arrows? Yes, I have one more arrow. And that it's best to show you in the movement range. The way I envision the level, final level to be, is that it will be more of an open area, kind of like Mario 64, where you have different challenges spread out in one bigger level, right? So you have to have a way of transporting, of moving yourself in those far distances. So I came up with this stupid shit. I can kind of preview where I will launch myself, and I can just launch myself. It is so fucking stupid. I still love that shit. Whee! It also has a full feedback of going through the air. The higher you are, the swoosh sounds higher. The lower you are, the swoosh sounds lower. Whee! And we can... What is going on? I used to have... Did my work from the last stream didn't save at all in some way, form or fashion? I don't have... Wait a freaking second. No, it is there. Yeah, but... What the hell? I added the camera and air control. Oh yeah, we have it. But I kind of forgot how to turn on. Oh yeah, I have it. I haven't balanced the air control yet, because for that I would need more of a level, distance between challenge points, etc, 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 which I currently don't have, really. But that is a funny way of transporting yourself. So these are the toys that I have right now. As you can also see in the HUD, at some point coins will arrive in here. But enough of that shit. Let's get back to the regular bow. Let's get back to our shooting range. today I want to implement a couple of more toys, because I can implement lots of different shooting, lots of different arrow types, but I have to have something to interact with, right? This is my notebook for writing down some of the ideas. I prefer notebook rather than other shit. And I written down some ideas that I want to kind of do today. That I kind of want to do today. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. I messed up. Okay, stuff is working. So, is it? Yes, it does. Yes, it is. Okay, so I can stream right now. First of all, I need to get into Paint to explain what I will try to do today on this stream. Blah 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 blah. Where the hell is Paint? Yeah, here is Paint. So, first of all, I want to finally implement a flame. Let's paint this nicely. I want to create a flame that I could shoot my arrow through, and my arrow will become the carrier of a flame. Right? And what I also want to implement is for things to be possible to have flammable how do you call it? Flammable property. So if it hits this thing, it will start burning, and after like few seconds it will just die out. I mean, not die out. The whole object will destroy. Poof. Nothing there. Completely burned, right? That's one of the things that I want to implement today. Something flammable. And the other thing that I would love to create today, if I will manage to have time for that, is this kind of gust machine, wind propeller, however you want to call it. The idea there being that it constantly creates a gust of wind. It could move lighter objects that I don't have right now in the level. Move lighter objects, or if you move it to such place that it is in front of a flame, the gust of wind will become a flame thrower. It will just start throwing flames everywhere, and it can burn some big flammable thing. Or if I will implement ice at some point, it can melt down. It can melt down some icy block. And such gust machine would be able to rotate around its own axis if I hit the arrow here. It would always move 90 degrees in whatever direction you shoot at, clockwise or counterclockwise. These are the things that I will try to attempt at making today, these two toys. Or three actually, because not only flame and propeller, but a flammable property, so things can burn down. So without further ado, let's try doing it. First of all, let's think about the organization of this whole thing. Here's my folder, primary action. And I think we need a component, actor component, called BP flammable. Component. What we do need to have here is that this thing will be we need to set up a chain of events. Let's name the first event on flame applied. When the flame will be applied to whatever actor has this component, we should start the countdown. For now, it will be a delay. Yeah, I know it's not very multiplayer friendly right now, but it doesn't need to be at this point. This will be time to fully burn. That's how it will be called, and it will be tweakable by each instance of this component, right? Let's set it to 2 seconds, and after 2 seconds, get owner of this thing, set life span, like something super short, and that way the whole component will die out. Or maybe the whole thing will disappear, right? So we have like a basic thing going on here, but when you have an actor, an object, not everything on it could be flammable. We need to make sure that whatever when we are attaching it to an actor, right, we can point which thing, if hit by flammable by flame, will trigger such response of application of flame. So what we might need here is the flammable collisions. And this will just be scene component. I'm not really sure. Oh my god, sorry guys. I don't know why am I so sleepy. I had a good night. Is there like a collision? Capsule collision, box collision, sphere collision. But all of them are scene components in the end. So let's just point to mesh component. Static mesh component, object reference. Yes. But I want it to be an array because it could be more than one, right? And it should be, you should be able to point to those things in here. So let's also create quickly create child blueprint class BP flammable target, right? Let's add flammable component in here, right? And what should happen here is I should be able to click here. Huh. Ah, that's right. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Okay. So let's create another custom event. Register flammable collisions. And this will accept mesh components. What the hell? Static mesh component. Exactly. Object reference. And this will be an array and in mesh components. It will become more clear in a second what I'm trying to do here. So my flammable target right now can implement on begin play. Register flammable components. My target. So now I know which collision will be triggering my flame response. Andre Cartuner. Hey there, what are we doing? Hi. Right now I am learning things about game design in Unreal by making prototypes, some sorts of a bow and arrow game when I'm just shooting arrows at things and solving puzzles that way. Just a exercise to, you know, train my game design muscle a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do here. Thank you. How are you doing? How is this Sunday treating you? Andre Cartuner says, I'm doing good. Finally Sunday. Yeah, I agree. Finally Sunday. Been waiting weekend too. Yeah. Okay, so for now, how do I actually wanna... How do I wanna do this thing? Andre Cartuner says, if you need anything, I'm a game dev. I've been using Unreal Engine for like 10 years. Oh, nice! I've been using Unreal since like 2019, professionally. Before that, I was working on a proprietary engine at Techland. Where did you work, if I may ask? You're the first time that I have, like, 10-year developer here. Are you a programmer? Are you a designer? I'm curious. I'll be honest, I'm not really using blueprints that much at work. I'm mostly working with C++ code. So oftentimes what I'm struggling the most is, okay, how do I organize this thing in a blueprint? Or is there an interface in a blueprint for a given thing, etc., etc.? Andre Cartuner says, mostly freelance programming. I do all sorts of stuff. UI, mechanics, VR, etc. Oh, so a freelance programmer. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So you are all-rounder, right? If UI, mechanics, etc. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. I am mostly just a gameplay programmer, so that's why I do these streams, to go outside of my regular curriculum, right? Usually my day consists of like a designer giving me a game design doc, and then I implement this stuff, right? And I wanted to learn more about game design with, idea that maybe somewhere in the future I would be able to work on my own game, but to work on my own game I need to stretch design muscle a little bit, right? And I don't have it. I was thinking, yeah, I'm, creating gameplay all day, every day, right? But I'm not the one that is coming up with the gameplay, if you catch my drift. So it turns out it is way harder than I thought. So right now I'm doing a couple of things with this. Andre Cartuner says, makes sense. Never a bad idea to get out of your comfort zone and learn new stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what I realized like a couple of years ago. That, okay, I could dig deeper and deeper into being a C++ programmer, but at some point I have to go down the rabbit hole of other stuff, because in turn I would be a better programmer. So I sat down to like Blender to learn a little bit of 3D modeling. And then, I'm not a 3D modeler. I modeled like some swords and other stuff. A couple of scenes here and there. But the thing was, it did affect how I think about some of the visualizations and how do I organize interface or data for artists. It did make me a better programmer, because I had to face what artists are facing and then hook it up in Unreal, etc., etc. And I was like, okay, I start to see what I was missing, right? And the same shit right now with design. I'm trying to get out of this comfort zone, implement a couple of things. It's just a really simple game with all the placeholder assets, etc. But, it's how it's supposed to be. Ah, this is a shark arrow. That's not what I wanted to show off. Let me quickly change the projectile class to bouncy arrow. That's the one that I like. Yeah, so the idea is that you'll be able to gather those stars. I had some chaos. Oh, now it works properly. Thank you, chaos. Chaos destructive stars to collect. There's some enemy that is chasing me. I can just shoot him. I can charge the bow. I know it doesn't look like a bow, but you know, placeholders and shit. And I can just shoot at stuff. And right now I'm just creating lots of toys to shoot at, to create puzzles with, etc, etc. It turns out coming up with that shit isn't that easy. I also created a form of movement that is really dumb, but so fucking funny. Let me quickly rearrange this thing to show it off. You can just aim and launch yourself from the gun. Whee! For now, to be honest, out of all the stuff that I, you know, prototype in here, this is the one that brings so much smile to my face. Andre Cartooner says, what the fuck, so funny. Yep. So right now I am in this mode like, well, out of all the stuff that I implemented, this is the one that is most fun. I should probably steer into the direction of using or making player use that stuff as much as possible, right? Because it is so stupid and funny. Andre Cartooner says, love it. Yeah, thank you, man. First moment I implemented it, I was also like, ah. There is something there, right? Maybe instead of developing like flammable objects, etc., I should concentrate more about how to turn that into a full gameplay feature. You know, pivot. I started with a game about shooting arrows, maybe it should be a game about launching yourself and solving puzzles that way. Kinda 3D Angry Bird, if it makes sense. Nah, not that way, maybe not with physics, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like if you're playing golf, but you are the ball. It doesn't make sense, it's stupid, and I love it. Yeah, so let's hook up the regular bow right now, the boring bow. Yeah, so right now what I'm trying to do is basically create flammable component and a flame that if I shoot my arrow through it, or if I launch myself through it, that's something that I haven't considered. If I shoot my arrow, that could be me, through the flame, and then that arrow hits the target that is flammable, the whole target can, you know, burn down. But I haven't considered the consequences of, hey, what if I launch myself through the arrow and I become on flames? Will I get damage from that? I don't know, but it will be a funny visual to launch yourself through flame and catch fire that way. I'm glad that you love my weird launching myself type of shoot. Andre Cartooner asks, the component is what applies damage? You give it to the hit actor? I was thinking more along the lines that if something is flammable, that if I want to make something flammable, I am putting my flammable component on it and register which meshes on my target, because there could be a couple of those, right, are flammable. And if I will hit that exact mesh, I will start burning down. I will basically call on flame applied function event in blueprint terms and just destroy the actor after, you know, a couple of seconds. That's kind of the idea. All of this stuff is supposed to be prototypey, not shippable, right? I just want to test out some game ideas. So I'm not really using, for example, gameplay abilities system here, right? I probably would be using it if it was, you know, a game that would be shipped. But right now I'm just, you know, doing super ugly blueprint prototypes just to test out such stupid ideas as using yourself as an arrow. So yeah, that is basically the idea. Andre Cartuner says, get hit actor, get component by class, flammable component, activate flames. Yep, that's kind of the idea. That when the arrow will be shooting, that's exactly what I'm thinking of calling it in the end, right? The only thing that I was really trying to do is maybe register those meshes that could be hit. But maybe you're right. Maybe I'm overcomplicating stuff. Tell me, how do you deal with... Andre Cartoonist says, if it doesn't have it, it will fail without calling anything. Yep, exactly. If it doesn't have this component, we're golden, right? I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with avoiding overcomplication? Because that's something that I've been dealing with a lots of times, especially right now when I'm trying to design and prototype super simple interactions, right? I tend to overcomplicate things as if I was trying to come up with super generic system instead of getting down to it. Do you have maybe like some tips to avoid overcomplicating? Because with C++, I have the rule of thumb that code starts to look so messed up that it's hard to even, you know, describe it to other person that I'm overcomplicating by a lot, right? It should be easily readable, but I struggle with avoiding overcomplication on the blueprint side of things. I'm trying to avoid spaghetti, etc., etc. That's one thing, but as is presented here, I wanted to create like an array of things that could have flammable collision, but I think I'm overcomplicating this shit. Andre Cartuner says, it's just experience. The more ways to solve a problem you face, the easier it gets. Having someone to confront is the best. Colliding ideas give the best result. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's also been something that I've seen at work working with C++ code. When you are given a task that you did before, the only thing that I really do is check if there is maybe something new in Unreal Engine, like a new component or new system that will allow me to do it faster, right? But other than that, if I faced a problem before, it's quite easy to do, right? But yeah, talking with someone, yeah, it's always the best, right? Sadly, when you don't know the tools to a point, you get stuck overcomplicating. Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right, Andre. You're 100% right. I wonder, you just gave me a thought, because I always worked only, you know, in companies working on a singular project at the same time, etc. And I'm right now wondering if being a freelancer isn't a better way to gain experience, if you know what I'm saying, like, because you are jumping between projects, doing lots of stuff, while me in one company, I'm working on one feature for a little bit of time, then another feature, but still within the confines of one singular project. How does it work out for you? Like, does freelancing in your case mean that you are jumping between projects? Andre Cartuner says, it definitely is. You get crazy requests and really makes your brain go nuts. I can imagine. I can imagine. But to be honest, working in just a regular game company also can make your brain go nuts when you hear a request and you're like, how the fuck are you expecting me to create such system in 1 week. It would take a big group of coders, you know, half a year to prototype this shit, and I'm about to do this in 2 weeks. Get the fuck out of here, right? Yeah. But for sure on the freelancing side, you are jumping between different features and requests more often than in regular company, I guess. Right? Okay. Yeah. So I have that. Maybe now for the prototype, if I'm using, what arrow am I using? What is my projectile class right now? It is just bouncy arrow. But I should prototype it on my base arrow. Right? There's all of VFX turning. It starts to look super ugly. I should clean this stuff up at some point in blueprints. Andre Cartuner says, I jump on Unreal Engine streams to give some advices here and there, cause especially in the beginning people get overwhelmed by the engine. If I can be of help, ask freely. I got banned from channels too cause they didn't like I gave advices. What? Why? Why people would be banning you for giving advices? You are doing good work here. What the hell? That is crazy for me. What kind of advice got you banned right now? I think you're doing amazing work, jumping, you know, to streams and giving advice here and there. It's awesome, especially, let me tell you this. When I'm working in the confines, you know, just of my home, like right now, but I'm working on regular day and I'm not streaming, it's way easier to come up with solutions, test out stuff, etc. And I was thinking, okay, I'm doing good at work, it will be easy to just do it on stream. And it turns out that additional layer, psychological layer of streaming and realizing that people are watching it, it feels like I don't know how to say it. First of all, the imposter syndrome. Yes, it kicks your ass hardly. So even if I know that that's the way I should be doing something, it's like, oh shit, is it? But if someone sees and it's not wrong, they will think that I'm idiot. And imposter syndrome kicks your ass, the first thing. Second thing, you gotta do all this stuff while talking and trying to make it interesting. And I realized, holy shit, developing while streaming is also a skill outside of my comfort zone. That's why I'm pushing even harder to, you know, do it, because it feels fine when it works out. But definitely I underestimated this thing, and I started giving much props to every streamer out there that, you know, is streaming and shit. Oh, the answer to my question. I asked Andre Cartuner about what was he banned for. And Andre Cartuner says, the guy was struggling with copying and pasting lots of values from one place to another. I said shift right mouse, yep, there's this shortcut, to copy a whole set of values and shift left mouse button to paste it. Wait, and he banned you for that shit? Dude! That's fucking crazy. Why? Why? And it is such a shortcut. The answer: we don't need no backseating. Insta banned. Oh my, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. I'm sorry, I don't know who that was that you were on their stream, but I think they made a bad decision, bad call, and it was just dumb. I think they got angry that they felt corrected or something. There is nothing on you. Andre Cartuner says, I swear I haven't been on Twitch for a week after that. Yeah! I can imagine be pissed off at Twitch after that. It's stupid, in my opinion. You are giving a shortcut, and every shortcut is a lifesaver because it saves fucking time. And the guy banned you because what? His ego was hurt? That's stupid. Like, I've been a gameplay programmer in C++ for 10 years, and I don't mind you if, you know, I will be doing some stupid shit and you will correct me. Or if I don't know some shortcut and you will show it to me, I'll be calling you a god, because it's like, oh my god, right now I didn't know this shortcut, and now I do. It's awesome. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing something or making a mistake and being corrected by someone. Yes, the imposter syndrome is there, but it's for me to deal with it, right? Not to take it out on anyone else. Andre Cartuna says, he then proceeded to continue copy-pasting for 20 minutes. Oh my god. Right now I'm lacking ability to comment on it without swearing too much. Brief. That is wild, man. That is wild that such thing happened to you. Andre Cartuna says, plus I say stuff for the chat too sometimes, and I felt bad for someone who didn't know the shortcut to begin with, you know. Yeah, of course. It's fine now. Yeah, of course. I mean, shortcuts are the one thing that you can miss out easily. And when someone shows it to you, you're like, oh my god, I've been living my life wrong. Let me tell you a short anecdote. 10 years in game development, right? Me, and 4 years in Unreal, 5 years in Unreal Engine, right? And it was like 4 or 5 streams ago. My friend jumped on stream, and he's not even a programmer or a developer, right? But he messed around with Unreal. And he always worked on a quality assurance side of things, right? So he's good with lots of finding out kinks and bugs, etc., etc. And I was just, you know, doing the blueprint work, and I was constantly right-clicking, typing in branch to create a branch. And my friend typed in the chat, you know that if you hold B and press left mouse button, the branch appears automatically? And I'm like, I've been living my whole fucking life wrong. The amount of seconds that accumulated, I wasted on typing branch. Fuck. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You could be 20, 30 years in the game and still learn something. And what's more, next day, because I stream always on Sunday, I went to work and I gathered other programmers from the company I work for. Some of them are more experienced than me, 15, 20 years in game development, right? And I showed them, hey, did you guys know about this shortcut? Hold B, press left, branch shows up, and all of them had their minds blown. They were like, what? So it always happens. Control P, it's a game changer too, once you learn how to use it. Control P, what is that? Ah, yeah, I use Alt-Shift-O, this also works. Yeah, I didn't know that there was Control P for that. I'm using Alt-Shift-O mostly, and it's funny because when I use Control P, Alt-Shift-O doesn't register for the first input. Huh, I wonder if there's some toggle underneath, but yeah. Alt-Shift-O also opens that window, and it's been a blast using that. I barely really go into content drawer because of that. Someone said, when I'm at work and someone has a problem with a specific asset, I just go, okay, tell me the name. But it's in this folder. I don't care which folder it is. Just tell me a name and I will, you know, find it. It's amazing. Okay, but now, first of all, my arrow needs to catch fire, right? So I could do it in a lot of different ways. If I would be using gameplay ability system, for sure I would be using tags. Just add tag on top of my tag stack in gameplay ability systems, and I would check for flaming tags there. But just for quick prototype, Let me just add B has flame. Andre Cartuner says, gas, it's cool, but such a pain to use. Yeah, I mean, I love game playability system, but I love it mostly because the games that I worked on had such interactions, and specifically with the network replication with multiplayer, that coding our own rollback from server point of view would be such a pain in the butt, and so many things were realized via tags and gameplay effects, etc., that overall for these projects it paid off more to get through the pain of using, gameplay ability system. And it was I will tell another anecdote in a second. And there were pain points there, but I cannot imagine delivering it without gameplay ability system. I'll be honest, there were pain points, but Andre Cartoonist says, oh yeah, if it's online then gas is almost mandatory. Yes, I agree. It has server prediction already, a lifesaver in that case. Exactly, that's why we were using it in all the projects that I worked on and the project that I work on currently at work. Because otherwise we will have to come up with our own predictions, our own rollbacks. It would be pain in the butt. But once you live through the experience of learning gameplay ability system, it is a little bit easier. The biggest problem there is that there is no great online resource to learn from. There is this one resource from GitHub, from Tranek, that has the best overview of gameplay ability system, but on the Epic side of things, they never really created a great learning resource for gameplay ability system, etc. So getting into it is hard. I remember the first time I went from Techland to Flying Wild Hog because I wanted to learn Unreal Engine and they were using Unreal Engine, and my first task was to implement a new shoot for a gun in gameplay ability system. And I looked at Epic, documentation, jack shit. There was the Tranek GitHub, and I asked around, this seems impossible to, jump in the Unreal Engine. First thing to do is interact with gas, and people were nodding, yep, it is super hard. It's kinda like, grinding your face through a meat grinder. It is freaking awful, but once you get through it and be on the other hand, it will be fine. We don't expect you to do it in one day. Andre Cartuner says, similarly, you can use the damage system, you can define the damage types. Yeah, exactly. It's if your project is big enough, uses gameplay ability system, and you have experience with it, it might pay off to use it. But for such simple prototype and game that I'm doing here, and I only want to test really design ideas, I didn't even create a C++ project for this, right? Because I was thinking, I tried at the beginning, but my friends that jumped on stream told me that it was so fucking boring to look at me coding that I turned it into blueprint project. Also to, get better with blueprints. And yeah, gas would be an overkill just to try out a couple of ideas, right? Definitely a crazy request. Yep, and it was the first task, right? But, once I got through it, I felt ready for Unreal Engine. Andre Cartuner asks, what IDE do you use? I use Rider. I use Rider for JetBrains. I switched in like 2020 or 2021, and I haven't looked back. Oh, you love Rider as well? Yeah, it's been a game changer for me. It's so fast. I haven't looked back on Visual Studio or anything else since that. And it's free if you use the EAP. Yep. Right now my license is provided by the company that I work for. But even if I was, working on my own with C++ code and I needed my own license, I think I would still, use either first the free version, and if I were about to release something, there's probably some license issue there that I couldn't release it without paying the full license, so I would just use it. I mean, it saved me so many times that they deserve my money. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to know if it has flame. And okay, I'm doing all of this stuff. This blueprint is getting so ugly. I should probably clean it up, but maybe not right now. It's just a basic arrow. Okay, first of all, let's see if we caught flame. How do we detect flame? It will be in a second. So, if we have flame, then let's do exactly what Andrei Cartuner has been talking about. Let's get our other actor. What the hell? Let's get our other actor. Maybe let's check if it's valid first also. Maybe that should be the first thing that we will be checking for. Oh my god, a bot came in here. Cheap viewers on blah blah blah. I'm not interested in that shit. Let's ban this guy. The bot. How do you do that? I forgot once again. Let me quickly do this, and now I can ban this guy. Where's this bot? Cheap viewers, yes. Delete, yes. Okay. It's gone. Andrei Cartuner says, if it was me, I would give the flammable component to the hit actor and do the whole damage visuals inside of it. So to make it more expendable, you could just check a bull inside the actor to limit which ones can be on fire. Ah, okay, I see what you're getting at. So, what you would do is, if my arrow hits something and it has flame, right? It would grant the given object flammable component, and that's where all the damage and visuals, etc., would be triggering. Without that, the target doesn't have flammable component. Yes, you're 100% right. How the fuck could I not see it? Yes. And yes, and it's the target that if, for example, it is metallic target or whatever else, it could decide not to react on my flammable component, right? I could just do a simple tag check that, okay, this cannot burn down, etc., etc. Yep. You're right. How the hell did I not see it? I don't need to put, you're right. You're right. Okay, so let me clean up this thing. Thank you, Andrei. Why these guys would ban you for, such a sanity checks? It's beyond me. It's beyond me. I love the fact that you just told me this, because I would go down the rabbit hole. At some point I would get annoyed with the decision I made, and I would revert back and think about it, and that's why I would be like, oh my god, yes, I should have done this the other way around, the way that you told me about right now. But I would waste so much time probably with something that is not extendable as easily, right? So in that sense, I don't even need something called flammable target, really. I don't need a specific flammable target. Or maybe just for tests, but whatever. My flammable target doesn't need flammable component. I can just put some nice wooden material in there. Andre Cartuner says, haha, that's the beauty of idea colliding. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, one thing that I also like to do at work is when I have to come up with a big system and I'm not sure if I'm going down the rabbit hole, the wrong rabbit hole, I always like to put it up for the review of my peers, right? Because they will immediately spot out that, yeah, all of that shit is cool, but your first step, you made an assumption, and that is a wrong assumption. And suddenly it's like, oh my god, you're right. And I did the same thing to other people too. Like when they ask me for the opinion, it is so easy when you are disconnected from whatever is happening in the code to look at someone else's code and be like, okay, here is what you could do, right? It is so cool to help out other people like that, and for someone to, you know, do the sanity check for you and the idea colliding for you. That's really awesome process. Okay, so let's implement exactly that. When my arrow projectile base hits something and I have a flame, if I get a flame and can I use just tags? That would be cool if I could just use actor tags. Tag. Yeah, I can just use tag. I never use tags, these tags really. I always use gameplay ability system tags. And can I check for the tag? Because that would be awesome. Tag. Actor has. We are golden. We are golden. We are golden. Does implement tag? Oh. I have something actor has tag, but there's another thing you say. Implement does interface. I don't want to use interface. Oh, that one. Yeah, okay, you meant that one. Yeah. So yeah, no worries. Andre Cartuner says I confused it with interface. No worries, man. Yeah, so my tag. So let me ask you this. Maybe you also have experience with it. With gameplay tags, with the gameplay ability system, there's like the whole .ini file that contains all the tags that are used in the game, so that way you can easily reference it. Is there something like this with Blueprint, with just regular tags? Because what I would love to have like a list of all the possible tags, and instead of typing in like flammable here and copying it into other parts of, you know, the game, or writing it by hand, there is a possibility of me making an error, right? Is there a way to have like this list out of the box, or should I, if I were to, you know, use it properly, I should create such mechanism on my own? I don't know. I think I said it in a very confusing way. I asked this question in a very confusing way. What I meant is there like giant list of possible tags? Here you have to put it manually, Andre Cartuner says. You can set up your system by using enums and give tag with it. Ah, okay. So I have to create it manually. Okay, gotcha. For now, I will, you know, just stick to this because I just want to test out this idea. But if I will be using more tags, that's where I will just do a quick refactor. So, Andre Cartuner, sadly yes. Not a problem. For the purpose of this design exercise, it's fine. It is fine. Okay, so let's branch it. If I have flame and the actor that I'm shooting at is flammable, then let's get this. Add component. Wait, what? Add, yes, add a flammable component. And in all reality, if I'm not mistaken, but Andre Cartooner raises a point. But if you have a parent class, flammable actor, for example, you can give it once and then all the children will have it already. Yeah, 100% true. I could use inheritance for that. But the thing is, the way I'm thinking about this game and the puzzles that would be in it, I'm not sure if I want to go the inheritance route right now, because I'm not sure if every element will be flammable. I am not yet sure how the different properties of elements could be going on. I might go such a route. You probably heard of inheritance problem when suddenly you have a penguin that is kind of bird, kind of not a bird, etc. Right? I'm not sure how it'll go with that, so I'd rather use tags for now, because checking for tags and adding tags is a little bit easier than then dealing with the inheritance problem. If I want to have something that isn't a flammable actor per se, but I want it to have a burnable part, if it makes sense, right? Andre Cartooner says, of course it makes sense in that case. Yeah, I'm not sure about that yet. I might go down that route if it proves that it would be beneficial for me, right? But for now, I will try to do it that way. Okay, so I have my my base, my arrow projectile base, which all the other arrows are inheriting from, is able to catch flame and create flammable component on a actor, but I don't need this event really. I can do it just from the begin play. I don't really have damage here because for now, I'm simplifying things. The arrow that has a flame attaches itself to a wooden thing, and it will take like 2 seconds and it will burn down completely. I don't have visuals for that yet. I will try to find some visuals, but that's the gist of it, right? So there would be no typical damage, right now at least. Okay, my arrow can catch flame, I have a property for that, but I need to make it so that it can catch fire. Maybe, Andre Cartooner says, maybe could be good to have a blueprint function library that gives tag based on an enum to make it easier to assign. But it's basically the same thing, just quality of life things. So, yeah, 100%. A blueprint function library, yeah. That I could just give an actor, choose the enum, and it would automatically select which tag will be applied on the actor. Yeah, I agree. It is a good idea. I will write it down because right now I really want to test the flaming arrow, the gameplay idea of it. But I think give tag node. There is a give tag node, if I'm not mistaken, Andre Cartooner says. Yeah, most probably. Tag, get components by tag. Ooh, components can also have tags. That's cool. Get tags has matching. Gameplay tags. That's not it. Huh. Get Blackbird asset. But these are gameplay tags. Set tags. Yeah. Such blueprint function. Maybe I will bang it out quickly. Yeah, but you know what? I will do that after I will test the flame if it works. How many tags? That's one thing that I always also think about. Should I stop the prototype that I'm doing just to create this function library and make my life easier? Or should I test if I even want to have flammable things? And if I want, that's where I will implement this blueprint library. That's also one of the things that when I'm just, working a regular day, I don't really have that much dilemma, because I am always given a game design doc, and I know that I have to create a good system, extendable system, etc. There is no question that I shouldn't do it, but I don't know if I want to do it right now. Sure thing, no worries. Sorry for derailing. No, you're not derailing at all. You raised a very valid point. It will make those blueprints and further prototyping and experimenting way easier, right? Test first, perfect later, in your opinion. Yeah, I'm leaning in that way, but I definitely need to write down this thing, because I'm a forgetful guy. I'm forgetful dude. Blueprint function library for tags with enums. Yeah. Okay, so flammable component, and the flammable component, just after it's been created, it can create this delay, and for now let's just print out the string. Andre Cartuner asks, how long are you gonna stream? I got to go to lunch. Usually I stream to, I don't know which time zone you are at, but I will be streaming for 2.5 hours. At least. That's usually my cutoff. That's where I am, where my energy is so down that I cannot stream anymore. So 2.5 hours, I think I have it in me, yeah. So I'll be here, probably. Andre Cartuner says, okay, I hope I can be back by then. Later. See you later, man. Have a good lunch. Bon appetit. Okay. It was nice having Andre Cartuner here. I hope he comes back. It was really, really nice. I love that. And those ideas colliding, it sent me around the, we were able to hash it out, and right now I will have an easier way of making things, catch flames. Way easier than I thought of. That's why I like streaming, man. Even though I've been almost 10 years in the game of making games, there's always something that you can learn from other people. There's always something that you can hash out. There's always this thing of you making wrong assumption at the beginning that, you can always hash it out with other people, etc., etc. I love the collaborative aspect of game development. I love that. And it is true that when the imposter syndrome kicks in and you have other people looking at what you're doing, the stress that rises kinda, at least in my case, makes me think a little bit slower and makes me think a little bit more with... All of my thoughts are always influenced by fear of making a mistake, which is exactly what I want to conquer, because I know on a regular day coding I'm doing alright, right? And that's the idea, to conquer this fear, right? That, oh my god, people are looking at me, I might make a mistake. So fucking what? Everyone makes a mistake. Come on, the amount of times I had to fix something because someone else accidentally broke something or implemented it in a funny way, and the amount of times that people fixed my shit, uncountable. We all make mistakes. But if you are just watching, you know, YouTube shorts, etc., you might think that no one makes mistakes, everyone is perfect, etc., etc. One of the dangers of constantly looking at so-called, how is it called? Influencers or something like this. Yeah. So now, my arrow. My arrow, right? It has this thing. I need to create a flame right now because my arrow... Where the hell was it? My arrow has a property, has flame, that is set to false. I can create an event, custom event. Catch flame. Catching flames. And the only thing that we'll be doing, it will be just, you know, telling it that it caught flame, right? And right now, I need to create a flame. That will be funny. BP flame base. Or whatever. It was real nice having Andrei Cartooner here. I still cannot believe how awesome it was to hash out those ideas on streams. On the stream. I really enjoy that. Okay, so my flame base. I will also need to take a small break in a second for toilet to get my snack quick, etc., etc. But first let me do this thing. How do I want to build it? Yeah, I just want to add sphere collision to it, right? Not sphere, oh my god. I clicked too soon. Sphere collision, right? Let it be, I don't know, like 128. A little bit bigger, right? And I want to set up the collision preset. No, 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 no. Overlap all dynamic. Overlap all. And here it is, the bug. Is it the bug? I need to see. I remember there was some bug that this preview might not always refresh when you select your preset. But to confirm it, I need to go into project settings and I need to go into collisions. I went too far. Collision. I need to look at presets. Overlap all. Okay. Maybe I should create another preset. I remember watching GDC presentation about Hogwarts Legacy and the way they were managing their collisions and presets there. And one thing that I think was worth noting was the way that they managed presets. The way they managed them is Basically, they forced engine not to display the regular presets, the engine presets. They forced the engine not to, maybe I'm making this up, that they didn't allow to custom, to select custom here and select things out of there. They only allowed for usage of a preset, and that way they were always able to manage exactly what is blocking, what is overlapping, what is ignoring, etc., etc., because designers, artists, coders, and everyone who was setting up collision on a given object weren't able to fuck anything up here. They always had to choose collision presets, and they were named exactly as they needed it to be. Even if the door preset was exactly the same as the wall preset, because they were named in such a way that they directly corresponded to the thing, it was easier for coders, designers, artists to always select the right preset and not be questioning, should I choose this preset or that preset? No, I am working on door, I am choosing door preset. I am working on wall preset. I am working on, I don't know, magical bush preset, etc., etc. And that's what I'm gonna do here. Let's add new preset. Let's call it flame. Collision enabled. Yeah, maybe I want to query it. I'm not sure right now. Yeah, it should be world static. It shouldn't be moving really. Descriptions for flames, whatever. And I want to make it overlap on everything. I don't want it to block anything ever. So, what is happening right now? I'm here. From what I remember, I have to do something funny to make, flame appear. Hide window. And now it should overlap the projectile. And I, on component begin overlap, overlapped actor, cast to BP arrow projectile base. And if it is arrow projectile base, then please flame, catch flame. Now for the funny visual side of things. I remember having some sort of some sort of so let's use that. No, did my stream disconnected? Please, no. No. Please. Woo! No, stream is there. Woo! I panicked because 2 streams ago I had a disconnection of stream. There was some ISP problem and I couldn't get back in. It was terrible. It was really terrible. Okay, so now let's attach. I remember there was this trick that if I select it here, click here. Yeah, candle fire. And I wanted to, first of all, be under sphere. And I wanted to cover the whole collision, so I had to scale it up. It's done on beams? Wait, I can just extend it. Oh, that's nice. Someone made amazing freaking beam emitter. I love that. I really love that. So I didn't even need to, I can just go like this and I can beam start. Put it into like, yes. I love that. I love that particle. I don't remember who made this free package. Is there like a name there or something? No, not really, but whoever made it, I salute you. It is so easy to create this, right? Great. So the idea is, if my arrow goes through here, it will overlap, it will catch flame. After it caught flame, I can print out if I caught flame. To make sure that, you know. Because I don't have other I will add visualizations in a second. Right now I want to confirm that my logic works the way I want it to. Okay. So if I will catch flame, I have a flame, and if my flame attacks the flammable target, it should attach flammable component and kill the actor at the end. So let's set up this scenario, right? Maybe also let's change the flammable target visuals a little bit. Because right now it has this kind of thingy. Wood target, whatever. Oh my god, it is metallic. How about we turn that into parameter metallic? Yeah. And 0. I don't want this to be metallic, I want this to be brown, dark brown, yeah, whatever. I just wanted to make it look a little bit different. Okay, great. Now. Let's put our flammable target somewhere, like here. Let's make it bigger, so I won't be able to miss it. Now let's add maybe like a simple cube here. That will be our pedestal for flame. And here's our flame base. Why I call it flame base? Because I might have other types of flame. Holy shit, it is big. But whatever. Yeah. And I should be able to shoot through it. It should catch flame and destroy this object in like 2 seconds. Arrow caught flame. shit burned down. It works. It works. It works. It works how I wanted it to. So, thank you, Andre Cartooner. Why did rest stream? Wait, what? I have no clue what is going on. Something messed up with the rest stream, because it's showing me as if I just started this stream. And I don't like the implication of that. Something messed up with the stream. At least, whatever. Blah 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 blah. Maybe let's add a couple of visual things here. After arrow has caught flame, it would be nice to visualize that for a good feedback. Let me get back to those Niagara's fire for BP. I have candle fire here. What types of other... I have so many other fires here. Torch fire. Probably way better than the candlelight, but maybe not. I think it is too much. Whatever. But let's try to find a good fire for that stuff. No. That one isn't the one that I would like. Direction, no. I see that these are just different type of fires. And I kinda just want to have... What is an fire grid? Okay, it's something like this. Actually, I might just use this torch fire for my arrow. Let's see. Let's try to attach this to my arrow projectile. Yes, let's select this. Let's use the trick. Let's see if I can make it like this, so that direction would be here, and beam, and we would put somewhere in the back. Does it work like this? Not really. Okay. It doesn't really do anything. Beam with it, does it do anything? Not really. Oh! There is something happening here. Huh! There is something happening here. But it is a little bit too big for me. So I should probably... Oh. Yeah, it can look like this. but this should not activate. How to activate? This should only activate if it caught flame. And once again, some bot on my stream. Outstretched collection. Yep. Thank you. And it should be deleted. Okay. This is the only moment where I want to activate it. And to add some other visual flair, my BP flammable component could also add some flames somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, visualization side of things should be somewhere here. Or better idea. Where is my flammable component? Trigger visualization. And let's trigger or trigger cosmetics. And get owner. Components. Find components by component. I want a couple of components. Get components by tag and flame cosmetic position. What I will do here is I will be searching the actor that I am attached to as a flammable component for scene components that have this tag, flame cosmetic position, and I will attach Niagara or spawn Niagara systems, attach Niagara systems with flames on it to visualize the flaming there for each loop. And now get world transform. No. Spawn system attached. That's what I want to do. Attach to component. What the fuck? Scene component. What the hell? Why can't I? Actor component object reference is not compatible with scene object reference. Okay. What is going on? Spawn system. Why can't I? Okay. Let's create a. It is just a scene component, right? So why, if I chose scene component here. Do I have to go for each loop once again? That was freaking stupid. But whatever. Now let's find some small fire component. What is this? How does it look? Yeah, it can be it. Whatever. I don't mind. This attached to the component. Get world location. Rotation 0, 0. Auto destroy. Auto release. And yeah. That's really what is happening here. And now, everything that is flammable, that I could burn down. And I want to make sure that visualization is exactly how I want it to. I can just go to my flammable target, add scene component, call it flame cosmetic point 1, put it somewhere like here, for example. Let's turn that off. I can add tag to it to make sure that my tag is correct. Then I can duplicate it. I cannot do it that way, but I can do it that way. And I can add another one here. We'll see if that is the idea that I will follow later when it comes to cosmetics, but for now it will do. Let's see if it is working all right. Something weird happened. Fuck off. I messed up something. My arrows aren't going through the air. Why? Nah. I don't believe that my Niagara has collision, because it cannot. Yep. So what the fuck is up with that? It should not be activated. First of all. I'm hitting something immediately. What the hell? What the hell am I hitting? It looks like I'm hitting nothing. And it just stopped. What the hell is going on in here? Target hit. My ass! Target is not hit. Oh my god, I introduced some bug and I don't even know when and how. Maybe I will delete this torch fire. Quickly. Yeah, whatever. No, it wasn't the component. Oh my god. Did I mess up with something with flammable target? With the collision of it? No, not really. It is block all. Then what the hell did I do? And it already calls on target hit. What the hell did I do? Let me delete this from the level for a hot second. Why? The worst part of it is I have no idea, and there's no print of that. Print string. Let's print first quickly. What the hell am I hitting? I ain't hitting nothing. That's some cool shit. I need a small break. I need a toilet break. I need to take some water. I need to take some snack. So let's do this. And I'll see you in like 5 minutes, probably shorter. What's up? I'm back. Hi, my name is Adoroso. I'm back. I'm back. That's why they call me Adoroso. I'm back. I'm back. Check it, check it, check it. So, in this break, I managed to get my non-alcoholic beverage. I managed to eat Prince Polo XXL, right? And I've managed to understand what the fuck I did. I wanted to turn off auto activate on Torchfire, but I misclicked and I turned off my projectile movement. Now everything will be working fine. Yeah. I accidentally turned off projectile movement. Yeah, I don't need those breakpoints anymore. I should turn on my regular arrows at this second. My regular arrows. Yeah, and it is flaming. And it's staying a little... Oh yeah, that's such a funny bug. But the one thing that doesn't happen, and I'm saddened by that, is on my flammable target, added 3 cosmetic points where flammable component should have spawned my Niagara systems. Why it didn't happen? Let's see. It is there, but it didn't found any sync component on my target. What the fuck? What the fuck? Flame cosmetic position. Exactly. And my flammable target, all of those should have tag, flame cosmetic position, and these are sync components. Here's a $1 million question. Why my component, when it is searching for components with the tag on the actor owner component, which is flammable target, at least I hope it is, it doesn't find anything with that. I'm not sure. What do you mean it is an unknown class of the owner? Who is the owner? What the hell? Cast to BP flammable target. That's the only way I can know for sure that that I'm hitting what I'm hitting. Yeah, it is a flammable target. But it still doesn't find any component. What the hell? How does it not find anything with my flame cosmetic position when I know for a fact that I have 3 components there with this exactly component tag? What the hell? Either I don't understand this node or Or I don't understand this node. And what happens if I will just... Okay, so I know this. Get components. Scene components. That's what I want. And let's delete that for a second. Let's do for each loop here. Tag. Component has tag. Let's copy my tag from here to here. And if it has, that's where you attach the component to. Yeah. Will this work out now? Nope. Absolutely freaking no. Why? Not even one? Are you for real? Oh. It actually did found right now these components. Okay. But I still don't see no flames. What the hell? Is the flame super small or something? I should have seen just even a little bit of it. Nothing. Okay, so now I know that those Niagara emitters are touching themselves. Maybe let's do this. Maybe that's... Now it works. Okay. I know what kind of error I did. But why they are not deactivated when the whole actor died and it was attached to it? But it's easy to end play, event end play. I can just, you know, promote to variable, flame cosmetics, turn it into an array. Yeah, change the blah blah blah, whatever. Flame cosmetics, get append, because it is an array, so we just not append, add our Niagara system in here, right? And here we are going for each loop. We iterate over I have no idea what that is. Flame cosmetics. First we need to check if it is valid. And if it is, deactivate and destroy component after deactivation. Now it should be working out. It should do it quicker, but whatever. It's not a big problem. The other thing that I wanna kinda do, because from what I see, just shooting through my candle, shooting through my flame, is the fact that I don't really see that my arrow has caught flame. After it attaches itself, I see it burning, but I need a visual confirmation from the design point of view that yes, I did hit the flame. So let me search for some particle in the explosions to maybe show like something that to confirm that the arrow went through the flame. This is a very expensive, I can tell. But I like the way it looks, actually. Yeah, we will use that. It is very expensive, but whatever. It is just a prototype here, right? So once we... Where's my arrow-based projectile? We're here, we are adding flammable component here, but we are catching flame here. So that's where I wanna spawn Niagara spawn system at location. The system that I'm spawning is this. The location that I'm spawning as is my get actor location. The scale is yet to be determined. Auto release. Yeah. Let's see how it will work out. It should look fucking crazy. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's way too big. How about 0.2 scale everywhere? I wonder if it is set up in such a way that scale will work alright. Or should I use the... No, it's quite okay. But I would love for it to be rotated in the... I guess in the X or Y axis, 90 degrees. Let's see how that will look like. So 90 degrees here. Let's see. What you looking at? Should be probably even smaller. Yeah, maybe it could go like this actually, but it should be a little bit smaller. Maybe I went too small here. And maybe, just maybe, I need to do the trick that I did for projectiles that they are always seen from afar with a similar screen size. Because when I'm close, it is big, right? But the further I get from this, the smaller it gets, and the feedback that I hit it, it's not enough. Also, it looks like it's spawned somewhere super far instead of at the place when I actually overlapped with. That is weird. Especially when I'm super far. Maybe it's just an illusion. I'm not sure. Now it looks... yeah! That is weird. Okay, let's see. Do I want to play around with Niagara right now? Nah. I think it is enough. I would also like to give it a sound feedback, but let's stop with it right now. We were able to implement the one of the things that I wanted to do. Let me take a look once again. If it catches flame and get actor location. There's one thing that I could do. Flame base, catch flame. I could, as an input, get flame location. And I could do this, and my flame base get that's one of the things that I could do. Yeah. It already improved. Why? Because from what I expected it, the moment of collision and the speed of my projectile might be as such that the moment I'm turning on cosmetics and taking the location of my arrow, it might be already way over past my flame. So by using the flame location, actual flame location as an input, I should always spawn it in the correct place instead of somewhere far, as we saw. Andre Cartuner, I'm back. Hey! Nice to have you here. How was your lunch? What did you have for lunch? Right now we can shoot through this placeholder flame at flammable target. Cosmetics are applying. They are not being destroyed, you know, in time, but the mechanics, main mechanics work. Andre Cartuner says, I'm so full, man. Barbecue with neighbors. Oh, nice. Barbecue with neighbors. Nice, nice. I envy you. Nice, nice. Where do you live? Where are you from? How's it going? It's going alright. It's going alright. I've managed to hook up the cosmetics, some placeholders from freebie Niagara libraries that, you know, Epic gives out every now and then, right? So here's my biggest flame. I can shoot arrows through it. I added some feedback, another placeholder feedback when I shoot through it. So if I'm really far, I can actually see that I hit the flame, that it went through. Andre Cartooner says, I'm from Italy. Oh, nice, nice. I love Italy. I'm from Poland. I have a thick accent, so you probably figured out that I'm Slavic. Nice. How is the weather right now in Italy? And which part of Italy are you from? Woo. Okay, so that thing is working out kinda like I wanted. The other thing that I added here is that my flammable component searches for scene components that have specific cosmetic tag and spawns, you know, some particles, fire particles, to visualize that something is burning. I'm not sure if that would be the endpoint visualization. It's just placeholdery. Because I can quite easily imagine that the elements in the game might have more, how to say it, hand-picked places, handmade cosmetics, but for now it will do. Andre Cartooner says, I'm nearby Milan, mostly cloudy. Oh, from Milan. I never been there, I always wanted to go to Milan. Always wanted to go. I've been gunning to go for vacation to Italy for like a couple of years, but the ticket prices from Poland, from Warsaw, right where I'm from, toward any city in Italy really is so expensive that when me and my friends wanted to go, we were always like, ah, shit, it's so expensive, especially after conversion from euro. Shit. But I will go to Milan one day. Andre Cartooner says, you can even send the spawn locations to the Niagara itself. It's a way more performant than spawning ex-Niagara systems. Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. I'm using those freebies right now, so which one is the fire that I'm really using it? I think it is that one. So I didn't really delve deep into how it is, you know, set up here, but 100% you're right. That's something, if I will be sitting down to actually, you know, implement Niagara systems that I kind of want to have probably stylized here, I will probably sit down to optimize lots of this shit. Right now I'm just spawning stuff just to see if the feedback that I'm trying to give design-wise is enough to trigger the lizard brain response of like, oh, something cool is happening. That's why I'm using ugly, either my ugly Niagara systems or some placeholders that doesn't mesh well with things, but I just want to see if that response is enough to trigger this, you know, lizard brain response. Andre Cartooner says, haha, I know, it's always so expensive to fly. I often go to Japan and Philippines and every time it's nothing less than 1,000 euros. Yeah, it is super expensive. And nice that you always, that you're, you know, going to Japan and Philippines. Nice. Really nice. I haven't been abroad since, I mean, outside of work, on my own since like 2022, I think. I went to Austria, to Vienna, because my friend found like some cheapo tickets and some cheap hotel, so we were able to go there. And the flight from, you know, Warsaw to Vienna aren't that expensive, the flights there, as to other places, but right now the prices are so crazy. Andre Cartooner says, of course, no need to optimize at all for design purposes. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, that's one of the things while doing these streams concentrated on design is that, especially at the beginning, instead of trying out if something even works, I was going down the rabbit hole of trying to implement something super optimal. And then I was like, I'm wasting time on something that I don't even know if it will be cool, right? And I might delete right off the get-go. So I just stopped doing it, and every time I'm implementing something, I'm always trying to underline it with the fact that it is placeholder, it is non-shippable, it is just to test out if it is cool or not. If it was shippable, it would be done completely different way, probably in C++, etc, etc, etc. So if anyone that, you know, is less experienced than you, for example, or me, they wouldn't look at, for example, YouTube VODs and be thinking, oh, so that's how you implement these things. No. These are prototypes. Please don't copy those solutions from here, right? I don't want to feel responsible for someone going to work, copying any of, you know, this placeholdery bullshit and being judged badly. It's just, you know, it's something that I would expect that maybe designer making a prototype at work would be coming up with, and then programmer would go into this, use these blueprints as sorts of documentation of what the designer wants and be like, ah, okay, that's what they want. Okay, now let me build an actual optimal system. Or something like that, right? So we are able to shoot through this thing. I also added Niagara to, as you can see, to the projectile, but I think I will delete it because you cannot see it at all, especially if I will be, you know, shooting through flame at far away target. I cannot see this flame, so it seems unnecessary. But what I can see, and I also need to add sound sample at some point, is that I shot through flame, right? And I have Niagara explosion right now, just to show off that, yeah, you landed, you went through the flame, right? It does trigger a little bit of lizard brain response in my brain. If I added, you know, like some small fire sound effect, 2D probably, to make sure that the player hears that he did something cool, that would be even better. But I don't want to search sound library right now. Most importantly, because I don't have one right now, I need to download something. Andre Cartooner suggests, you need to get Blueprint Assist and Node Graph Assistant plugins, man. It's so useful and saves a lot of time in the long run if you use a lot of Blueprint stuff. Huh. Blueprint Assist and Node Graph Assistant. I haven't heard of them. Probably because I don't really work with blueprints, but let me quickly search for it. Blueprint Assistant plugin. Let me maybe pull it up on the main screen, so if someone else is watching or on VOD, they'll be able to follow along. Blueprint Assist, is that the one that you're talking about? Main feature. Oh, I like that it's such a simple presentation here. Andre Cartooner says should be. Okay. Many features. Node creation, navigating blueprints, manipulating nodes, auto position nodes as you create them. That's cool, because I'm constantly pressing Q, Shift D, Shift A, etc, etc. Before, after. Alright. And some keyboard shortcuts. Format node, edit pin, replace node, add symbol menu. Huh. Examples of the formatting. Looks nice. It arranges the node for you, Andre Cartooner says. Auto formatting basically, so you don't have to take care of it. For sure, man. And 5-star reviews, 84 reviews, that's a lot of reviews for a code plugin. Usually there are a lot less. That's cool. And Node Graph Assistant, you're saying. Node Graph Assistant plugin. Let's see that. Right click. Cancel. It automatically rearranges nodes into this. It removes nodes on the wire. Ah, okay. Cut off the wire. I like that. So I can just take and with one swipe delete all those connections. That's nice. Select linked nodes, highlight wires. Lazy connect. Oh, this lazy connect. Oh, god damn, it already convinced me to spend money on that. Oh, yeah. The amount of times, not only on streams, but even at work, I had to go like click through so many bullshits, either in the material or meta sounds or whatever. And the wire style. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, so it's like $11. Andre Cartoonist says, How to Connect is even better for me. Okay. How to Connect, where was it? Oh yeah, that one. Lazy connector. Yes, I have two big structures. I want them. Yes, especially when you are doing, I remember I was doing something with either hit results or something, and I kind of needed to copy hit results, all of them in Blueprint, and just do operation on like two things or something. Or maybe it wasn't hit results, but something that had a lot of stuff in here. And yeah, for sure. Thank you, man. I will for sure, you know, buy that stuff. Andre Cartoonist says, if you want to try them, add me on Discord before you buy, of course. Thank you for the offer. But I think I will buy it on the strength of what you're saying, and already, like, you know, from what I see here, I see it easily be of use. And it's like $20 plus $11, $32 to pay for that. And it works on the newest Unreal Engine, of course, version. For sure, I'll be buying that. Thank you, man. Andre Cartoon says, it's totally worth the money, don't get me wrong, but I understand people might not be convicted, that's why. But then buy, of course. Yeah, I totally get you. I totally get what you mean, man. My glasses got dirty. I totally get what you mean, man. I would love for Epic to figure out a way to try out certain plugins in such a way that, you know, but it would be a hard thing to do, to give out demos in such a way that they won't be able to be too easy to pirate. It would have to require creating some bullshit that probably would be awful. Andre Cartoon, I'll be right back. Okay, no worries. But thank you for, you know, showing me that. For sure, I will be buying this stuff. Next stream, I will be using that. Especially, I wonder if it will work with PCG Graph out of hand, because next stream I kind of want to dedicate to PCG Graph, to the new features in PCG. We'll see. We'll see. So, we got the flaming thing going on. We got the flame thing going on. And we have an hour and a little bit of stream left. I think it's safe to say that I can try to attempt at doing this gust of wind machine that would be able to rotate. If it interacted with flame, it would create a flamethrower, etc., etc. Probably I won't be able to implement ice melting yet. Or will I? But I just wanted to create this gust of wind thingy that I would be able to rotate with my shooting. So let's try this out. We called it gas machine. Gust machine. God damn, my thick Slavic Polish accent sometimes kills me with the English. So, new blueprint class. It is something completely new, so it will be from actor BP Gust machine. I don't have mesh for it, so we need to build it from the ground up. So first maybe some cube, and let's squash it a little bit. This will be our base platform. Then maybe some cylinder. Whoa. But no, add cylinder here. And I wanted to, I don't know, maybe like 0.2 here and 0.2 here. Maybe even thinner. And half of it. Yeah, in the ship game, that shit would be a skeletal mesh. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's duplicate my cylinder. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. That angle. Yeah. Let's put minus 90 here. Let's make it even thinner than that. And maybe longer. Yeah. And here's the part. We will be adding another cylinder. Yeah, I don't want to create a complicated hierarchy, but this will be arrow target. And let me rotate. Basically, I'm trying to recreate this drawing at this moment. So now let's rotate it 90 degrees in that angle. 0.1, 0.5, 0.5. Oh my god, no. And this is kinda our target. And how to do this shape? I know. Let's add a simple sphere. Once again, add it here. I don't want to create a complicated hierarchy. Let's make it even smaller. And now we will be introducing hierarchy, because that is propeller center. And to this, there will be attached a couple of cones and blade. Let's make it like... Oh, it's way too tiny. No, no. It's way too tiny. And let's unlock the scale and too much. So I want to make it look like a blade. Yep. And now let's copy that. That blade goes here, but let's rotate it. And that axis, what, 108 by 180? Yeah. Now, let's copy that, of course. $90 degrees. Bank. Bank. Now we have our thingy. And if I could only add torus to this. Is there torus? Nope. There's no donut in here. Eh. Whatever. It can be that. And voila, here we go. And I want to do one thing additionally. Let's make it just purple, but am I just red? And yeah, let it be this, and let it be this. It is my target, and this is my creator of gust wind. I'm not sure yet how I will visualize the gust yet, but whatever. We will figure that out. Right now I just want to make it rotate constantly. And from what I remember, there was a rotator. Rotate. How did I use it? Because I think I already was... I want manual attachment. But I don't remember. I wanted to accept only... I wanted to only rotate the propeller center, not anything else. How do I do it? Can I even do it here? Rotating movement. And I misclicked. Great. Rotating movement. I remember that I used it, but I don't really remember anything else about that. But it will rotate the whole actor, right? Andre Cartooner is back. Hey man. Let me explain quickly what I'm trying to do, because it might look weird. I want to basically implement this Andre Cartooner says, sorry, always lots of calls. No worries, man. No worries. Not at all. So I want to create this gameplay element. I called it Gust Machine. On this side of things, we have those propellers that are producing gusts of wind. And here we can... we have the target, where we will be, if we shoot arrow at this, it will rotate the whole machine, right? But the basic idea is that it creates the gust of wind, and if that gust of wind is in front of light object, it will move this object. If it is in front of the flame, it will turn it into a flamethrower, etc., etc. So for now, I'm just constructing the basic object, trying to, you know, make it look placeholdery but not too shitty. Maybe the base should be a little bit smaller than that, I think, maybe, because it felt way too big. Andre Cartooner says, you can tell the rotating component which component to rotate. Yeah, that's exactly what I am trying to figure out right now, is that I wanted to tell, it's probably the parent socket, right? No. I wonder, how do I tell the rotating movement component which component to rotate? Is there, should I like do this and set updated component? Oh, yeah. Who would have thought? So I have my propeller center. So if I'm rotating this, it should be rotating, but do I have my axis correct? I want this to rotation, yeah, whatever. There you go, yeah. And let's place it on level. And let's see if, oh my god. Let's see if, oh my god, it's so small. I think I might have made it too small. It was supposed to be way bigger. Ha! Okay. Okay, let's simulate this, because first of all, I just realized that my propellers look like a symbol that I don't want it to look like. And so probably I will quickly change that, because I don't know how Twitch or YouTube is. Yeah, let me quickly delete this. I don't want to get banned for stupid shit. I just realized that when it started rotating, I was thinking it might attract attention of something that I don't want to you know, be attached to. And I cannot even say it out loud, because it's, you know, bannable offense on those streaming platforms. So let's create ugly ones, but non-bannable ones, and, you know, stream friendly propellers. Yeah. Yeah. Let's quickly do this. Ah, what the hell? Work with me. Unreal, yeah. Thank you. And now it will be way more stream friendly. Oh my god. What a realization. But it's better to do it right now than be banned in like 15 minutes or something. Or if I would produce a YouTube short out of it, I don't want to end up on Twitter. Okay, it should be fine right now, but the rotating movement is on the right side of things. I think it will be here. And let's test it out right now. Yeah, exactly. That was the wrong axis. Now it is nice. Propelling thing. Not bannable. Yeah. What is this? Ah, yeah. Because I'm simulating instead of playing, so I have lots of runtime error connected to player, blah blah blah, movement direction. It's not a concern because I'm just simulating this shit right now. Okay, so I have this. I want it to be even faster. How about 270? What do you think about that? I like it better. Okay, so right from the get-go, I know that I need to find samples for when I will hit this thing. First of all, for hitting the red thingy that will make it rotate, and the sound of rotation. So we will have those two feedbacks here. But I also need to visualize the gust of wind and add invisible, at least for now, cone that will be overlapping with things. So on overlap, it can already start, you know, pushing things away or triggering flamethrower response or whatever, right? So yeah, I need to have some sort of overlapping stuff here. Andre Cartoonist says, use physics constraints or you'll have to do the math on impact. Oh yeah, I see what you're getting at. That if I hit that, I would have to rotate it in a counterclockwise or clockwise direction. And if I use physics constraints, it will be easier than calculating math on impact. Yeah, probably. I haven't touched physics constraint in such a long time, honestly. Because the last two games that I worked on didn't touch physics at all. I had to like basically do a full stream on chaos destruction because I haven't even touched that. So it is a good excuse to remind myself of how physics constraint work in Unreal Engine. Andre Cartooner says, I did just last night working on VR. Oh, nice! So you got it fresh in your mind. So let's do this. I feel like, you know, let's do this. I could do the math that, oh, if I hit it from this side, then, you know, rotate it, etc. But for the sake of learning and going out of the comfort zone, let's do those physics constraints. So, how I would go about that actually? I want to make sure that this thing, after hitting it, it will either move here or there. Is there some component for that? Add the component in the component list. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. And physics constraint. I haven't used it since 2019 when I was just fucking around on my own. Okay. I love that. Let's learn with this. We have our physics constraint component and component name 1. Name of the first component property to constraint. If actor 1 is null, it will look within the owner. If this is null, we'll use root component of actor 1. Okay. And another bot got in. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. I don't give a fuck. Let's ban this clinical smile. Go to hell. And hit it. Great. Great. Okay, so I have constraint bone, name of the first bone, body that this constraint is connecting. This will be the child bone in the physics asset. Constraint bone 2. Andre Cartoonist says, I always report them bots and get them banned, lol. Good, good. Those bots are annoying. Especially as I don't see a point of buying viewership, fake viewership, unless you're trying to do some scam or something. Like, I want to, you know, have organically, how to even phrase that? I want to meet people like you're just jumping on stream, we have a good talk, etc. And that's organic to me, that's what I love. Why would I pay for some fake viewership? Just to see the numbers go up? Nah, fuck that. I don't do it for numbers. Andre Cartooner, you just need to type the name of the component in the component name 1 and 2. Oh, so I don't need to create like bones or anything like this, right? Okay, so and there's position 1 and position 2. There's disable collisions, parent dominant. There's lots of enable mass conditioning, shock propagation. That's something interesting. Linear limits. Wow, there's lots of velocity target position, linear motor. Oh wow, lots of things. Okay, so how should I go about it? You're saying I need to type the name of the components in the component name 1 for constraints. So I want to constraint my... Actually, I want to constraint the whole actor, right? I made a... Andre Cartooner says, I made a spray can in VR that has ball in it and you can shake it. Makes the sound like a real one and the ball is so satisfying. Oh, yeah. It has to... I can imagine that if... Yeah, that's a very good feature to add. Yep. And you did it using the constraints alone. So it's a real ball inside of spray can. I mean real, physical ball. And just doing the constraints. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I wouldn't even think about it. I would probably try to fake it somehow. To detect, like, you know, the delta of motion or something. But your way is so much easier. And physical, realistic. So it will give the realistic feeling. For me to fake it on deltas, oh my god, it would be a pain in the butt. Nice, nice. Nice, man. Okay, so not rotating, physics constraint. So I probably want to constrain the whole default scene root, right? At least for now, the way that everything is, you know, created. And the red ball thingy appeared. Okay. Wait, so if I... Oh, it will already use root component, right? If I don't put in here. Okay. And what does that mean? I can constrain it between two positions, right? So what if I go like 300? What's going on here? Propeller center as a second. Okay. So I'm constraining my whole default scene root like this. And linear limits, x motion, y motion, z motion, swing motion, angular. I'm probably going for angular, right? Free, twist motion, linear motor, velocity target, strength. Shit, angular motor. I think I need to use angular motor, right? Because I wanna have Andre Cartuner says, hold on, you would be better to group the disk, arm, and propeller to a scene component. So you're saying I should take this, and this, and group it under one scene component. So you can use that as a constraint target. Yeah, you're right. So let's add new scene component. Yep. It can be whatever. And let's add our propeller center here. Let's add our arrow target in here, and let's add, maybe call it arm for better naming convention, to scene, right? And now I have all those objects under one scene component. And now, physics constraint, I can use the whole, I should call it something. Propeller, arm set, whatever. And take this name, and this is my physics constraint target. Is that what you had in mind, right? That I will use that scene component. And this is my physics constraint, right? And okay, now I probably, if I am constraining it like that, I don't need to set up any more of the constraint in here. I need to work on my angular movement, right? Slurp, twist. Gimbal lock, okay. Yeah, slurp, yeah. This will not work if any angular constraints are set to be locked. Okay. So, target velocity. Should I go for orientation or velocity? I'm not sure, but let's turn this. Constraint it to cube or something else than root. It does error sometimes if you leave it as none. Ah, okay. Sure, so that's the one. Physics constraint. So maybe I will call it like a foundation, just so it would be easier to navigate things. And foundation. Great, okay. And from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm using angular motor and I want to produce the target orientation, let's say 90 degrees, right? And Andre Cartuner says, angular motor, I think, is used to make things go back to the original position after a physics hit. Ah, okay, so I don't want to use that. I don't want to use that. So okay. So what? Should I just hit that? Okay. Andre Cartuner says, I think what you are looking for is the angular limits. Limit everything but the z so it rotates only on it. Yeah, that makes 100% sense. Angular limits. Swing one motion, twist motion. Okay, how do I select that only Z is possible? Angular, is it on the specifies the angular also between two frames of reference? No. Angular breakable. It's those. They are called like that. The ball will update. Okay. But I'm not really sure how to click here that the Z axis should be locking. But I guess this is something like this. Okay. So locked, locked, and twist motion free. Probably. Okay. So right now, if I want to trigger it, what I also need to make sure is that I am adding impulse at location. If I'm hitting something that is simulating physics. Okay. Andre Cartoon says, look at the ball. Nope. Okay, let me get back to my gas machine. I think I'm a little bit lost here, I'll be honest. Look at the ball. Nope. But I should probably set, if I'm hitting this, I should probably set simulate physics on true on here, right? I'll be back in a second. That's what you mean. Okay. But it shows the axis on which it will be swinging, so it is wrong. It will be okay, now I get you. Okay. So if I say locked and say free here, no, it is wrong. If I say that is the axis. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that. It shows those visualizations really nicely. Thank you. So right now it should be rotating, but let me ask you this. I probably should, if I only wanted to turn by hitting this red thingy, I should probably, where is this? Simulate physics on this without gravity, right? Am I correct or am I wrong? I need to go quickly to the toilet. I'll be back in a second, but I'm wondering if I'm thinking about this in a correct way. Let me only... I'm back. I'm back. Andre Cartoonist says, you should simulate physics and might need to lock the positions too, but might need to experiment. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's try without locking positional rotation right now. I have physics on my arrow target. Let's see what will happen. Because why the hell not? Maybe. Oh, the scale is all too fucked up. It was supposed to be a big gas machine and... yeah, I definitely had to lock some positions. Because what has happened here? Oh, it is a bootleg gas machine. My AI sent it flying. Yes, so 100% I need to lock all the position, really. But I cannot because it needs to rotate. I'm not really sure how to proceed from now on, but... yeah, okay. Let's try out with that. What the hell happened? Why did it... something's fishy. Okay, maybe first of all, let's scale this bad boy up. So it's actually proper. Huh. It's not what I wanted, but it's kind of inspiring in the fact that it looks so cool when it is... it actually looks really cool. It's not doing what I wanted, but yeah, exactly, Andre Cartooner. New mechanic right here. I mean, Shark Arrow that I created was inspired by my bouncy arrow triggering Niagara particles in the wrong way. And it looked like you had a shark under, you know, shark on the ground, right? So bugs sometimes inspire the best features. It looks cool. I'm just having fun shooting at that stuff. Yeah, I'm having fun. I have to think about what to do with that because it gives very nice feedback. I like it. I think I will be going deeper on physical constraints. Thank you, Andre Cartooner. I will be for sure investigating this topic more because it feels like I could do so much with that. Physics in EU are so much fun. Yeah, I agree. I agree. When I watched all those demos, I was just thinking, man, I wish any projects that I would work for had more arcadey feeling or some physics-based operations. Unfortunately, none of them had it. Everything had to be, you know, super constrained, right? No physics, etc., etc. One cool physics feature that I hope it will get out of experimental as soon as possible. When I was on Unreal Dev Fest in Prague this year, I went to the talk about the new mover component, right? That's how I started this whole channel. In my first couple of streams, I have VODs of them on YouTube. I was looking at mover component because I am not a big fan of character movement component. It always felt so first of all, so restrained. Second of all, a little bit harder to get into it. And the third problem I had with it was when you were trying to construct your own custom movement, it always felt like a pain in the butt to make it work over the network, right? There was so much boilerplate code, and I was like, oh man, I just want to put in motion equation and have it automatically be replicated, right? And mover component kinda does that, but on the Unreal Dev Fest, the guy showed off the full physical replication over the network with the rollback and everything working correctly. And I was blown away because he was showing the demo of a suspended bridge, one player underneath it and one on it. And the player below was jumping, moving the whole suspended bridge up and down. And the character on the above, on the suspended bridge, was also moving up and down. And it was working over the network with the lag, with the correct, prediction and rollback. And I was blown away by it because I was already thinking, oh my god, physics gameplay in the multiplayer. This is such a, fertile ground for experimentation and new gameplay elements. I am so wishing it, will soon, the physics replication will, get to that point of exiting the experimental. And as you say right now, Andre, mover is going to be a game changer. I agree. I played around with it so much that I don't really want to touch character movement component at all. And I don't want to work on movement until mover component becomes a basic component that your character moves with, or anything moves with. Mover component is going to be awesome. For sure, when it will exit the experimental stage of things, or at least if it goes to beta, I will be doing more streams on that because it seems, oh my god, that guy behind me. Because it seems like a way of future and way of making move anything in the game in a way easier format. Okay, but now let's get back to fixing that stuff. I did something wrong. Because what I was hoping that it would happen is that if I hit that arrow target, the whole thing will be moving around. So what I set up badly, because I know it's on my end, I set up something badly. My first constraint component is my foundation, great, and my second constraint component is the propeller arm set, so the whole setup here. So all of that should probably be moving when I hit that, right? Everything should be moving along with the constraints. What the hell did I do wrong here? Location of constraint and body one. Andre Cartuner says, the problem is that they are their own assets with physics active. They will simulate by themselves in this setup. Okay, I see what you're saying. The best way would be to merge them into one really physics body, or turn off the collisions on them. I cannot turn off the collisions on them, but turn it into one body somehow, and that way it could start twisting around as one singular thing. How could I turn? I mean, I could open up the mesh editor and try to just create this mesh. I'm not good at creating meshes yet in mesh editor. So I'm thinking if there is some maybe other way that I could do it. Yeah, right now what I'm thinking is maybe instead of having it as one scene component, I could add just a collision component here and have that simulate physics, and all those things are just pure visuals. Try parenting them to capsule collision or box and simulate that. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking right now. Let's do that. Let's do that shit. Yeah, it can be box collision, whatever. But no. Attach. And that will be here. It will have different extents. Like that. Like that. Maybe a little bit higher. And have that as a target for constraint. Yeah, I gotcha. I might have made it a little bit too big, but whatever. And now simulate physics without gravity. And let's reparent all that stuff. Or I could just do that and turn off the propeller center. No, where the arrow target simulate physics off. Let's see how that will work out. That's not something that I expected. I'm not even sure what happened. That was unexpected. Maybe let's try simpler. Let's just walk into it and see what happens. That's what happens. Okay, I didn't set the target. You're right. It should have been this. It should have been this, and I have that, and yeah. Okay. Oh, that guy. Yep. We have it. We have it now to balance it and everything work out, but maybe not balance it. I was thinking, yeah, I should make it constrained so it only moves 90 degrees, etc. But right now I'm liking the idea of turning it into like a flamethrower that is just rotating in a crazy way. That actually, that's the thing that I have to think about design-wise. Do I want to constrain it way more so it can only move certain amount and then stop, or not? But I like what we have here. Thank you, Andre Cartuner. It is that. For 1 frame of a second it does something weird, but you know, for prototype it doesn't bother me at all. Or maybe it's not. Whoa! Andre Cartooner says you can add drag in the constraint. Oh, that's good. I need that. How do I do this? Parent dominates, disable collision. Okay. Maybe I should just type drag. Okay. It's not here. This is rendering. Is it somewhere in twist limits? No. Yes, there is damping. But how do I turn that on? What is angular plasticity? Yeah, I will do as you say, angular and projection angular. This is not that. Twist motion, angular rotation offset. Okay. It feels like it should be this, but I don't know how to unlock it. Swing limits, twist limits. This is break of constraint. Andre Cartooner says that I could also make it way heavier in the mass option under the physics of the box collision. Yeah. That's also a way of doing it. Thank you. There's angular damping. Huh. And the physics here. But let's try with mass right now. Maybe 200 kilo. Let's see that. Or whatever they are using as a... Whoa! Okay. But once again, angular damping, I don't know. We need to fine tune that. Woo! Okay, so mass. Let's turn that off. And let's get to the angular. Maybe 200. If 50 is not doing it enough. I think I'm doing something wrong. It's speeding up instead of... Oh, max angular velocity. Yeah, I can do it like, I don't know. Ah, yes, of course. Minus, you're right, Andre Cartooner. I think I'm adding value instead of decreasing value. God damn. Something is not right here. And max angular velocity, okay, let's maybe turn it into 20. Something doesn't look right. You're right. Maybe let's try with mass again. Let's make it weigh a ton. Now we're talking. But do I have to really put 1000 kilos? in there. God damn. And it's speeding up. The behavior I would love for it to have is that it will move a little bit slower. And it is damping. And if I shoot another arrow at it, it doesn't go as fast. I need to think about that stuff. How to do this. How much... Andre Cartuner asks, how much force are you adding on hit though? Let's see, I don't really remember. Add impulse at location. Oh, I'm taking velocity of the arrow, which is quite high, and I'm multiplying it by 1000. It might be super, yeah. It might be a shit ton. How about not multiplying it? Let's see how that will go. It's even crazier for some reason. Okay, so how about not doing it at all? And how about only adding in one axis? But I don't know which axis I would add it to. But okay, let's type in 100 and 100. I wonder if it is in local space or in global space. I would love for it to be in the local space of the component, but probably it isn't. Yeah. You're right. That's what I should do. Andre just suggested to get the forward vector of my arrow and just multiply that. Wait, what the hell happened? Get forward. Get actor forward vector, that's what I wanted. Yes, I don't know what I clicked. And just multiply that. Change it to float. Let's start with 100. Let's see how that will go. Whoa! 100 is way too much. Let's start with 10. I should probably normalize the forward vector. Yeah. It's already normalized? Oh yeah, length 1. Okay. So it's not that problem of a normalized vector. Or is it? And without that, oh no. So it was working already better. And I'm making it move faster and faster. Okay, so it's already normalized. That's good. Get actor location. Yeah, okay. So my impulse is already okay-ish. But what I want is some dragging. Now let's play around with the physics of that thing, right? Linear damping, angular damping. I already introduced the shit out of ignore radial impulse, ignore radial force, apply impulse and damage. What else do we have here? Lock the location of the collision shape maybe? I can do it. I can do it. Let's try that. And why is it freaking out right now? Yeah, for a couple of seconds it flies away and then it comes back. Okay, let's look at those options, you know, like I can do this. Okay, maybe I should also do this. Try taking disable collisions and parent dominates in the physics constraint. Okay. Okay, let's try that out. Whoa! But I think I also clicked something here, so maybe let's turn that off. And let's unlock the position. And let's try out right now. Although the effect was kind of cool looking. Oh, it's kind of cool looking. Wonder what will happen if I will... Oh! It just flies off. Okay. So let's lock the position once again. Ignore radial force. Angular damping. Let's increase it even more. 2000. Five. Max scale. Sleep family. One-way interaction. Okay. Update mass when scale changes. No. Yeah, maybe it is a source of a problem because I scaled up this whole thing. And it flies off. Oh, so random. Fun with physics, everybody. But I like the fact that, you know, I learned something new about physics constraint. I will for sure, you know, try more stuff with this. It's weird to me that angular damping isn't working out the way I would think it would work. Drag force added to reduce angular movement. This adds drag-like effect to the rotation of the physics body, but more accurately it defines how much the physics body resists rotating. This is easiest to think of like a drawbridge. The angular damping works like the chains of supporting drawbridge, slowing a descent to the open state. Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I will try the crazy number right now. And I just closed something here. Ah, whatever. Ah, yeah, I know what I closed. Not components. Components, yeah. Let's try that. It's not working. What if we introduce no damping? Maybe I did something weird and... It looks cool, but that's not exactly what I'm going for. That's a puzzle, right? Try both linear and angular. Yeah, might as well. Right now we're just kind of throwing shit at the wall and see what will stick. Which is, you know, a regular thing. And fly off the handle. Maybe I should lock this rotation and XY axis and only leave it on the Z axis. Nothing. Okay, let's apply the vector, the impulse of 1. It shouldn't fly off. It should barely move, really. Yeah. That ain't barely moving. Okay. So, if we apply a degree of logic to it that after applying just a tiny impulse of 1, it does that, it means that it has to trigger something that makes it propel basically infinitely. And physics constraint. Yeah, let's look at that. What did we click here? Enable mass conditioning. Whether mass conditioning is enabled. Mass conditions. Okay, let's disable mass conditioning. That thing is alright. The swing motion. I wish I could play around with that. I don't know what to do to... I have to click limited. Okay, of course, soft constraint, stiffness of the soft constraint. Damping. Let's put 2000 here. Let's see what will happen. Nothing really. Advanced and angular limits. Yeah, I have advanced and angular limits. I don't want to break the joint. I'm not sure what angular plasticity means. Position target, velocity target. Yeah, I'm not using angular motor, right? So okay, let's get back a little bit for just a small second to this collision, and let's turn off angular dampening. Let's bring back those values here. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off, and let's basically bring the default state of that stuff that we just did. Andre Cartooner, it's a weird behavior, not gonna lie, shouldn't behave like that. I agree. And the amount of times that I said exactly such phrase in regular day-to-day work is as such that, you know, if I was given $1 for every time I said that when I was working on something, I would be a millionaire. Because it's always like, especially, my favorite thing. Someone new to Unreal Engine asks me, hey, how do you do something like, you know, super simple? And I'm like, it's simple. You just do this, click those 2 things and it works. Okay, could we do this, you know, on a call, Discord call with the streaming? Yeah, sure. Let's do this. We sit down. I tell the person, yeah, just click this and that, and it will work out, right? And weird shit happens, and I'm looking at it. He's, you know, the person looks at me, and I'm like, and I can feel him judging me, like, you're almost 10 years in the game development, and I'm like, yep. And I clicked those 2 things, and the whole engine crashed, or some other unexpected behavior fucking up on the screen, and I'm like, yep. Let's debug it. It's supposed to work, not gonna lie. Weird behavior. Shouldn't behave like that. It's day-to-day thing for me. And for others as well. Andre Cartooner says, let's call it Unreal Magic. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's exactly like that. So what I propose is to retrace the steps. Although I only have 7 minutes left of the stream for today, but at least let's retrace our steps and let's put everything in default state before I started messing with it. So simulate physics, yes, but must just have, you know, the default value, right? Whatever was going on there, right? And enable gravity on false. Did I play around with anything else? This. Max angular velocity, let's bring it back to regular value. Andre Cartooner says, I'll try to get here again when you stream. Thank you, man. I stream every Sunday. I think if you are in Milan and I'm in Warsaw, I think we might be in the same time zone. So I usually start on Sundays at 10:30 and I stream for 4 hours till 2:30 p.m. Warsaw time, which I think might be either the same as Mediolan time or maybe there might be an hour of difference between us. But nonetheless, I always, you know, update my stream schedule here on Twitch. So, you know, if something changes, I always reflect it there. And I would love to have you here next week. It will be awesome. Next week, I'm planning on sitting down to PCG because in 5.5, they added lots of new nodes in PCG, and I kind of want to use them. I had a little bit of experience with PCG at my regular work for gameplay purpose reasons, and I just want to try out those new nodes that arrived there to see what we could achieve with that. And after I try it out and there will be some time left, I will for sure be getting back to that. So the plan for the next stream is a little bit of PCG, and if the time will allow it, we will get back to these constraints and design, etc., etc. So it would be awesome if you would come, because I really loved, you know, our hashing out ideas, trying out stuff, etc. I learned a lot from you. It was really awesome. Let's. I got 4 minutes. Maybe let's get back to the default state, like I said. I think I haven't clicked on this stuff much more. Let's get back to the physics constraint. If I set up something, yeah, let's set it to 3. Swing 1 motion. Yeah, and I think that's all there was to it. Maybe it is. And let's see how it behaves, you know. And the default, at least it doesn't have this weird twist that it had just before. But the plan for the future of that is to, you know, fix that up and see how it will play, and then decide whether I want to have more constrained way of moving things here or more free physics but with some damping, or maybe something else. I don't know, we'll figure out. Yeah, I will definitely investigate and learn more about those physics constraints, because this is something cool that I haven't had a chance to use really in my professional day-to-day stuff. For some reason, so many game developers are scared of physics. I'm kind of seeing why, but I won't deny, if I will make it work, it seems like a very fun thing to do. All right. So I think that's it for me. It's been a blast. It's really been a blast. It was awesome having you here, Andre Cartooner. I will also for sure, you know, buy and try out those plugins that you recommended. Those Blueprint Assistants and Node Graph Assistant plugins, because it seems awesome. And I will try to convince my work to buy it as well. Because it looks, you know, good. Yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast. We have, just to, for the history's sake, recording history, right now, what we were able to add is possibility of our arrow catching flame and burning stuff that can be burnable. What's going on? Ah, that guy. Okay. And it burned. I could probably add some material for burnt stuff or whatever. And we added the propeller that right now is fucking crazy, but we will solve that stuff for sure. All right. I think that's me. It's been a blast. It's been a blast. It would be lovely to have you as a guest here once again, Andre Cartooner, next time, or any other stream, depending on, you know, your availability and what you're doing, etc. And have a nice Sunday. Sunday. Have a nice Sunday. Hope this Sunday will treat you well. Bye bye. Have a nice day.